All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Set, ready? 30 base.
I'm here all day.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, wahoo.
Check right 45. Check right 45. Watch twist. 45.
Get it.
Here's a 2nd and 7. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. That one a first down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Leo. Snap.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Gator.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Hey, Roy. X3. 218, chopper. Bam.
They'll run it now. Out of gun. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Ready.
45.
Shoot.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Hey, team 6.
Looking to throw. Clifford. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point forthcoming. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs or putting together a team, a lot of them say we're not built from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Screen, 12. Bravo.
15, Mike, 15. What's the run? They're running it.
Throwing on 3rd down. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Bradley Chubb in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving him past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Christian Kirk, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Hey, Delta.
To throw again on 2nd down. Luck. And he will find his man on the outside. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
12.
A shotgun snap for Luck. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Slam. Show it up. Show it up. Jim.
Hey, quick check.
To throw is left. Going right side here, and that's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Come on.
Watch the pass. 54.
Hey, dude.
Check. Watch 54. Tighten up.
Block on third down. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long.
50's the Mike.
This move.
Hey, check. Mike 50. And come on out here. Come get some.
Out of the gun. Love. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. And you got caught in between and created a foul.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
What you got, Heavy? 11Z. Give me some.
On second and 11 now. Love. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jordan. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Luck going to bring him up first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Check down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now Love. This is caught at the 8. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. And he pushed it right. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Me and you all day. All day. General West. I'm coming after you. Say. Check. Lucky. Ready?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Taylor. And that time to tackle by Malik Hooker.
It's easy work, and it's coming again.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Ready? 8, read.
Hey, here we go.
Hey, lock it. Recon, 132 fighter. Go.
He's checking.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. Got what he needed for the 1st down with a gain of 2.
Here we go. 10-2 stop. Go on.
Hey, alert 3.
On 1st down, Clifford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
To throw on 3rd down, Clifford. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football.
We got this.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Hey, box drop.
On 1st and 10, Clifford into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. He's all the way down near the 40-yard line. I'll tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, You just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Long. And he fires one incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. It's picked up by the Broncos. He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Hey, Charlie.
Four down. He's coming. Double up. Double up.
Rock it.
Whip.
Roll out.
Whip. Check 43.
Hit it.
Operating from the gun. Clifford. And that's complete to Cooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
Ready?
Back to throw. Clifford. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Five.
45, Mike, 45.
Hey, Echo.
You got nothing. Check, 45. Check.
Looking to throw. Clifford. They'll find Metcalf. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This quarterback now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. Back to throw. Clifford. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Hey, Alpha.
45's the line.
2nd and 6. And he's taken down trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. The final shot before break. Clifford. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Escaping the pressure right. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
All day, every day, any day.
Hey, Haywood.
Check 45, somebody. Check.
Shoot.
Off play action. Clifford. He gets it to Cooks. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. This quarterback now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Kill.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Big ass. Check it back.
Big grip.
Now they try the right side here. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Door.
Now handoff here to his running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Here we go. 8, read.
Strong right.
5.
Off the play fake. Clifford. It's out. It's loose. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Bravo!
On 2nd and 9. Luck. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Right there.
Hey! High 7!
Check pass, check pass. 54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, check, watch 54.
Now Luck. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Run. Forced out to his left. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Luck, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ballgame. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Switch.
Leo.
Check.
Ready.
To throw on 2nd down. Clifford, now he lets it go deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Christian Kirk with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to a stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked.
You see me? You see me?
Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Colts going on 4th. It's Love. That's to his running back, complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Throwing on 1st down. Clifford. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Clifford. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this time.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Go, go.
I'm going to run you over. 54's Mike. 54's Mike.
From the gun, here's Love. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They snap it to Love. Catch made here by Campbell. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Luck now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 2nd and 9, Luck looking for his running back, and he's got him. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a third down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Colts on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Luck. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the first down here inside the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Right back to him on first down. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You're saying afternoon to forget, absolutely. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
I was going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Broncos on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Clifford. This is caught inside the 15. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And again this time to the tailback. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. From the 39, Luck. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Now a handoff here to his running back. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Here we go on 4th. Luck. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Hey, box drop, box drop.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
That's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Well, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A 15-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. Now a handoff looking right. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Broncos, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get another road date next